My dear friends, we are done with non-resident taxation and related provisions. Now we are going to talk about we are just going to touch upon the TDS related provisions which are exclusively applicable to non-resident. TDS is internationally known as withholding tax. So if NR is earning salary income which is chargeable to tax in India, the TDS will be deducted in 192, no special provision for salary income, and it will be taxable at normal slab rate, average rate of tax. If non-resident is withdrawing premature fund from our recognized provident fund, that is within 5 years, then the TDS will be deducted under 192 at the rate of 10%. The threshold is 50,000, please understand, then only it is taxable or TDS will be deductible. One more point that you need to remember and keep it in mind, whenever we are making payment to non-resident, our TDS rates will be increased by surcharge and applicable cess. 194BB, whenever a non-resident earns a winning from horse racing more than 10,000 rupees, a TDS will be deducted at the rate of 30%. 194E, we have already discussed. E stands for entertainment, foreign sport person, foreign sport association or entertainer who has earned income under section 115BBA will be taxable at the rate of 20% plus applicable surcharge and cess. 194G, G stands for commission for lottery ticket. If it is earned by a non-resident agent, then it is taxable at the rate of 5%. Not taxable, the TDS is applicable at the rate of 5%. 194LB, from here onwards, specified investment funds will happen. Interest payable by infrastructure debt fund. Do you remember the tax rate that we have discussed in 115A? The tax rate was 5%. Therefore, TDS rate is also 5%. 194 LBA subsection 2, distribution of any interest income received or receivable by the business trust from SPV. So here distributed income in form of interest is given because SPV is giving this particular income to the non-resident. Obviously we are encouraging non-resident to invest in Indian business trust, that is REIT and InvIT, real estate investment funds. So obviously if NR is taking that particular call, we are having a lowest possible rate 5%. And TDS rate correspondingly is also 5%. LBA, this is something new. Sir, why it is new? Because it depends on the dividend, whether dividend is taxable or dividend is not taxable. Okay. So when dividend is taxable only when the SPV has opted for benefit of 115BAA, that is tax rate of 22%. It has opted the tax rate of 22%. So SPV has paid a lower amount of tax. When SPV has paid lower amount of tax, dividend become taxable in the hands of unit holder, and because it is taxable in the hands of unit holder, company while making the payment of dividend or business trust while distributing this income will deduct the TDS at the rate of 10%. But if 115BAA benefit is not taken by the SPV, the dividend becomes exempt in the hands of unit holder, and when it is exempt in the hands of unit holder, there is no point of deducting TDS. Okay. So this is written here, please read it. 194 or 194 LBA subsection 3, distribution of any income received from renting or leasing or letting out of the real estate property owned by REIT. Okay, owned by the REIT. So that is the rate at force. Whatever is the rate applicable, at that rate will be TDS will be deducted. Investment fund paying the income to the unit holder other than income which is exempted under 1023 ABB, rate at force. Investment income from the securitization trust, rate at force. Whatever rate we have discussed, that at that rate it will be deducted. Usually it is 20%, sometimes it is 10%. Now 194 LC, this is important. Interest payable by Indian company or business trust to a non-corporate foreign company, okay, for the money borrowed in foreign currency or from sources outside India. Please understand, India is bringing loan, bonds, debentures in India. Obviously, if NR is taking the call and he is investing in India, we have to give the lowest possible rate. The period was extended, as I told you, for loan agreement up to 2023, 30th June 2023. For long-term bonds, also it is extended to 30th June 2023. In respect of money borrowed from outside India in a rupee denominated bond, so foreign currency loan, rupee denominated bond, long-term bonds, 5% rate, and if it is borrowed through Indian International Financial Service Center, and it is borrowed after 1/4/2020 before 30th June 2023 in form of rupee denominated bond, then the concessional rate of 4% will be applicable. Okay. So these are the TDS rate that we have discussed, my dear friends. Major provisions of special rate of tax is done. Now what you need to understand, interest payable by the Indian company or a business trust to a non-resident including foreign company in respect of rupee denominated bond issued outside India during this particular period, which was covered under 10(4)(c), should not be liable for any TDS because it was exempted. Do you remember we have discussed this in exemption, that for 5-6 months government has brought the exemption, so that time the LC was not applicable. 194 LD, interest payable between this particular period on rupee denominated bond, government securities or municipal debt to the foreign institutional investor or qualified institutional investor, the TDS rate will be 5% because corresponding tax rate is also 5%. 194N, any money withdraw from Indian bank account in excess of 1 crore, it is liable for TDS at the rate of 2% on amount excess of 1 crore. So if you withdraw 1.4 crore, so TDS will be applicable only on 40 lakh. 40 lakh multiplied by 2%, that is your TDS. This is not an income. 194N is a new section, my dear friend. Please study this section in detail. So 194N, in 194N you are not earning income. Usual understanding is whenever a person earns income, he has to be exposed to the TDS obligation. Here you are withdrawing your own money from your bank account. We are asking why the hell you are withdrawing money? Don't withdraw money. We are encouraging cashless economy, and why do you withdraw money in cash? Don't withdraw. And if you are a non-filer, so what do you mean by non-filer? Non-filer means a person who has not filed ROI in 3 consecutive years and he is going to withdraw money more than 20 lakh. So for him the section 194N will become applicable immediately after 20 lakh only. Up to 20 lakh no TDS. 20 lakh to 1 crore TDS will be deducted at 5% and above, TDS will be deducted at the 2% from 20 lakh to 1 crore, and above 1 crore TDS will be deducted at 5%. This is the punishment given to the non-filer. Please understand. So 195 is the biggest section. It is one of the most important section that we have. But here the beauty is, if you don't have a special income or special rate of TDS in income tax law for non-resident, all other incomes will be deducted according to 195. Every payment which goes from India to outside India, if it is a special income, it will have a special rate of TDS. But please understand, if special rate of TDS is not given, then also it has to be deducted under 195. So 195 is a generic section, it's other section, it's a residual section where the tax rate will be deducted at applicable rate. Not only that, including surcharge and education cess has to be given. 195 subsection 2 says, whenever you have to deduct the TDS at a lower rate than the specified rates, a Indian payer should take a certificate from his income tax authorities, and then only person can deduct the TDS at lower rate than the specified rate. Very important section, my dear friend. Whenever we say the provisions in the law is specifically created for resident, and if non-resident is not covered there, for non-resident 195 is applicable. Okay. 196A, income of a unit of mutual fund specified under 1023D or specified company which is covered under 1035, technically mutual funds of India, and it is earned by non-resident. So TDS rate will be 20% because tax rate was 20%. 196B, income from units of mutual fund purchased in the foreign currency by offshore funds. By offshore funds, that is foreign mutual funds are purchasing in Indian mutual funds, then the tax rate was 10%. Because tax rate is 10%, TDS rate is also 10%. 196C, income by way of interest, dividend, bonds on Indian company or public sector company sold by government of India and purchased by non-resident, or GDR that we have discussed. The rate of TDS is only 10%, my dear friend. 196D, income by the foreign institutional investor from the securities in India, general securities rate will be 20%, or specified fund. Specified fund means, do you remember? Alternative investment fund category 3. Okay. So for them, because it is a little risky and obviously we are encouraging them to invest in Indian startup ventures, so the tax rate is 10%, TDS rate is also 10%. Thank you.